Yo, what's up, everyone? This is James, and English Reading 100 Days Challenge. Today is day 55. The system manufactures students who are smart and talented and driven, yes, but also anxious, timid, and lost, with little intellectual curiosity and a stunned sense of purpose, trapped in the bubble of privilege, heading meekly in the same direction, great at what they are doing but have no idea why they are doing it. In 2008, on my way out the door, I published an essay that sketched out a few of these criticisms, titled "The Disadvantages of an Elite Education." The article appeared in American Scholar, a small literary quarterly. At best, I thought it might get a few thousand readers. Instead, it started to go viral almost from the moment it came out. Within a few weeks, the piece had been viewed 100,000 times, with many times that number in month and years to come. Apparently, I touched a nerve, and these were not just the grumblings of an ex-professor, as it turned out from many emails I began to get. The vast majority from the current student and recent graduates. I had evoked in widespread discontent among today's young high achievers, a sense that the system was cheating them out of a meaningful education, installing them with values they rejected but couldn't somehow get beyond, and failing to equip them to construct their future. Since I have spoken with students on campuses across the country, corresponded with many others, answered these young people's questions and asked my own, and heard and read their stories. It has been an education in itself, and this book is a reflection of the ongoing dialogue. Where possible, I have used their words to help me talk about the issues we have discussed, but every page has been informed by my sense of what these kind of students need and want to think about. A lot of books get published about higher education, but none, as far as I can tell, are speaking to students themselves, still less listening to them. I begin this book by discussing the system itself, one that, to put in a nutshell, forces you to choose between learning and success. Education is a way that society articulates its values, the way that it transmits its values. While I'm often critical of the sort of kids who populate selective schools, my real critique is aimed at the adults who have made them who they are. That is to say, at the rest of us, at the rest of us. Part 2 begins to explain what students can do as individuals to rescue themselves from the system, what college should be for, how to find a different kind of path in life, and what it means to be a genuine leader. Part 3 extends the argument, talking in detail about the purpose of a liberal arts education, the value of the humanities, and the need for dedicated teachers and small classrooms. My aim is not to tell young people where to go to school so much as why. Part 4 returns to the larger social questions. The system is charged with producing our leadership class, the so-called meritocracy, the people who turn out who runs our institutions, governments, and corporations. So, how has that been going? How has that been going? Not it's clear by now too well. what we're doing to what we're doing to our kids, we are ultimately doing to ourselves. The time has long since passed, I argue, to rethink, reform, and reverse the entire project of the elite education. A word on what I mean when I speak of the elite. I don't intend the term as it often now deployed as a slur against the liberals, intellectuals, or any who disagrees with Bill O'Reilly, but simply as a name for those who occupy the upper echelons of our society. Consecutives as well as liberals, business peoples as well as professionals, the upper and the upper middle classes, both the managers, the winners, the whole cohort of people who went to selective colleges and are running society for their own exclusive benefit. This book is also implicitly a portrait of that class whose time to leave the stage of history has now so evidently come. And that's it for today. See ya.